I never thought I'd be grateful for being called too broke by my own family. But here I am, sipping a Mai Tai in a private beach cabana in Bora Bora, watching my cousin's elaborate Sweet 16 party collapse in real time on Instagram Live. Let me back up. My name is Sophia Martinez, and I'm 28 years old. I work as a freelance graphic designer in Austin, Texas. I'm not rich, but I'm not struggling either. I've built a decent client base over the past 5 years, mostly working with small businesses and startups. I live modestly, drive a 7-year-old Honda, and I'm a champion saver. Always have been. My cousin Isabella is my Aunt Rosa's daughter. She just turned 16, and Aunt Rosa had been planning this quinceañera-style Sweet 16 for over a year. I heard about it through the family grapevine, saw the Pinterest boards my aunt shared in our family group chat, watched as she booked a country club venue, hired a party planner, ordered a custom dress from Miami. The guest list was supposedly 200 people. 200. I waited for my invitation. It never came. 3 weeks before the party, I was having dinner with my mom when she casually mentioned it. "You're going to Isabella's party, right?" she asked, passing me the salad bowl. "I haven't been invited," I said. My mom's face did this weird thing where she tried to look surprised but couldn't quite pull it off. "Oh. Well, I'm sure it just got lost in the mail." It didn't get lost in the mail. 2 days later, I was added to a family group chat. The message from Aunt Rosa was brief. "Final head count for Isabella's Sweet 16. Please confirm if you're attending." I saw that literally everyone else had already confirmed. Cousins I barely knew, my uncle's new girlfriend, my aunt's hairdresser. I typed, "I'd love to come. Should I have received an invitation?" The 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Finally. "Sophia, honey, this is a really upscale event. The tickets are $150 per person. We didn't think you could afford it. We didn't want to put you in an awkward position." I stared at my phone. $150 per person. To attend my 16-year-old cousin's birthday party. Before I could respond, my cousin David chimed in. "Yeah, Soph, no pressure. We know the freelance thing is tough. Not everyone can make it." Then Isabella herself. "It's totally fine, Aunt Sophia. I know you're still getting your career off the ground. Maybe we can do lunch sometime instead?" I was 28 years old, and my teenage cousin was patronizing me about my career. My boyfriend Marcus was sitting next to me on the couch. He saw my face and took my phone. "Read the messages." Handed it back without a word. "I'm not going," I said quietly. "Damn right you're not," he said. I typed back, "No worries. Enjoy the party." Then I muted the chat. I couldn't sleep that night. The words kept replaying. "We didn't think you could afford it. We know the freelance thing is tough. Still getting your career off the ground." I'd been freelancing for 5 years. I had a consistent income. I'd saved over $60,000. I was doing fine. But they'd decided I was poor. They'd decided I didn't fit into their upscale event. At 2 in the morning, I was lying in bed scrolling through my phone when I saw an ad for a resort in Bora Bora. One of those overwater bungalows with a glass floor where you can see fish swimming underneath. I clicked on it, looked at the prices, did some math. Then I opened my savings account and stared at the balance. Marcus rolled over. "You okay? How do you feel about Bora Bora?" I asked. He propped himself up on one elbow. "The island in French Polynesia? Yeah. I feel like it's probably beautiful and extremely far away." "Why?" I showed him the resort website. "Isabella's party is on Saturday, May 14th. These bungalows are available that exact weekend." He squinted at my phone, then at me. "How much?" $3,500 for 4 nights, including breakfast. "Sophia, I have the money. I've been saving for years. And you know what? I'm tired of being treated like I'm broke just because I don't show off." Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Then he grinned. "Book it." I booked it. The next morning, I felt giddy, like I was 16 again and skipping school. I didn't tell anyone in my family. I just kept muting the group chat every time someone posted about party preparations. My mom called me 4 days before the party. "Sophia, Aunt Rosa told me what happened." "It's fine, Mom." "It's not fine. That was rude of her. But you know how she is. She's very image conscious. The party is at the country club. She wants everything perfect. I get it. So you're not upset? Not at all. Actually, Marcus and I have plans that weekend anyway. Oh? What are you doing? Just a little trip. Nothing major. I could hear the relief in her voice. She didn't want family drama. Neither did I. Marcus and I left for Bora Bora on Thursday, May 12th. We had a 6-hour layover in Los Angeles, then an 8-hour flight to Tahiti, then a short flight to Bora Bora. We arrived at the resort on Friday afternoon, exhausted but exhilarated. The bungalow was insane. Floor-to-ceiling windows, a deck with steps leading directly into turquoise water, a glass panel in the floor where you could watch tropical fish, a bathtub big enough for 2 people, positioned so you could see the ocean while you soaked. Marcus dropped our bags and walked straight out to the deck. Sophia. Holy shit. I joined him. The water was so clear it looked fake, like someone had photoshopped reality. The sky was that specific shade of blue that you only see in travel magazines. This is better than a Sweet 16 at a country club, Marcus said. Just a little bit, I agreed. We spent Friday exploring. We swam. We ordered fruity drinks that cost $20 each and didn't care. We watched the sunset from our deck. I took exactly one photo me, in a white sundress, sitting on the edge of the deck with my feet in the water, the sunset behind me, and posted it to Instagram. No caption, no location tag, just the photo. I didn't check my phone again that night. Saturday morning, we had breakfast on our deck. Fresh fruit, pastries, coffee, orange juice. The resort staff brought everything on a canoe and handed it up to us. I could get used to this, Marcus said, biting into a croissant. My phone buzzed, then buzzed again, then started buzzing continuously. I picked it up and saw 17 notifications, all from Instagram. My photo from last night had blown up. 200 likes, 50 comments, most of them from family members. Oh my God, where are you? Is that Bora Bora? Sophia, this looks amazing. And then, buried in the middle. Wait, aren't you supposed to be at Isabella's party today? I opened the family group chat. It was chaos. Aunt Rosa. Sophia, where are you? Your mother said you had plans, but she didn't mention you were out of the country. My cousin David. Dude, you're in Bora Bora? Isabella. Aunt Sophia, that's so cool. Are you coming to my party after? I almost laughed out loud. Bora Bora to Austin. Sure, I'll just teleport. I didn't respond. Instead, I opened Instagram and started scrolling. That's when I saw it. Isabella had created a public Instagram account just for her party. The handle was at Isabella's Sweet 16. She was posting Instagram stories in real time, clearly from the country club. I clicked on her story, and my stomach dropped. The first video showed the venue. It was nice, I'll admit. String lights, flowers everywhere, a champagne tower. But the second video showed something else. The cake. Or rather, what used to be the cake. It was on the floor. 3 tiers of what had probably been a beautiful cake, now collapsed into a pile of frosting and fondant. Isabella was crying, mascara running down her face. The audio was her saying, "The cake person never showed up. This is the backup cake and someone knocked it over." I watched the next story. Isabella's dress had a huge stain down the front. Red punch, from the looks of it. The next story was a video of the DJ booth. Except there was no DJ, just a janky Bluetooth speaker playing top 40 hits. The next story. The photographer's camera broke. We're using iPhones. The next story. Isabella crying again. This was supposed to be perfect. I sat there on my deck in Bora Bora, watching my teenage cousin's party implode, and I didn't know whether to feel bad or vindicated. Marcus leaned over my shoulder. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's rough. It is. My phone rang. Aunt Rosa. I declined the call. She called again immediately. Declined again. Then a text. Sophia, we need your help. The photographer quit. I know you do graphic design. Can you at least help us edit the photos we're taking, please? I stared at the text. Then I looked up at the pristine ocean. At Marcus. At our breakfast spread. I typed, I'm sorry, I'm out of town. I'm sure the photos will be great. Another call, this time from my mom. I answered. Hey, Mom. Sophia, where are you? Bora? Bora. Silence. Then. Bora Bora. The island. Yes. You're in Bora Bora right now. Yes. While Isabella's party is happening. Yes. More silence. Then, quietly. Good for you, honey. Mom? I'm proud of you. Rosa was out of line. Enjoy your trip. She hung up. I looked at Marcus. He was grinning. Your mom's cool. Sometimes. The Instagram stories kept coming. I couldn't look away. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Story. The country club's air conditioning broke. It was 95 degrees outside. People were fanning themselves with programs. Story. Isabella's grandmother slipped and twisted her ankle. An ambulance was called. Story. Someone's kid threw up on the dance floor. Story. The party planner and Aunt Rosa were screaming at each other in the parking lot. Someone filmed it, and Isabella reposted it with the caption, I can't even right now. By 6 p.m., the party was essentially over. Isabella posted a final story. She was in her car, still in her stained dress, makeup completely ruined. She was crying. This was supposed to be my perfect day, she sobbed into the camera. Everything went wrong. Everything. My mom spent $20,000 on this and it was a disaster. $20,000. I closed Instagram and put my phone face down. Marcus was watching me. You okay? They spent $20,000. I heard. They didn't invite me because they didn't think I could afford a $150 ticket. I know. We're in Bora Bora for $3,500, and we're having a better time than they're having at their $20,000 party. Marcus raised his Mai Tai. Cheers to that. We spent the rest of Saturday doing absolutely nothing. We swam. We napped. We had dinner at the resort restaurant. Fish so fresh it had probably been swimming that morning. We watched another sunset. I didn't post anything else on Instagram. I didn't need to. Sunday morning, I woke up to 63 new Instagram notifications. Apparently, someone at the party had screen recorded all of Isabella's stories and posted a compilation video with the caption, When you spend $20K on a sweet 16 and everything goes wrong. It had gone viral. Not TikTok viral, but viral enough. 200,000 views. Thousands of comments. And somehow I still don't know how someone connected it to me. A user named @DramaAlert tagged me in a comment. Wait, isn't this the girl whose cousin is in Bora Bora right now? Check at Sophia Martinez. Stories. Then another comment. Oh my God, she wasn't even invited because they said she couldn't afford it. The audacity. Then another. So they told her she was too broke for a $150 ticket. She went to Bora Bora instead. And now their $20K party is a disaster? You love to see it. My phone started ringing nonstop. Family members, Aunt Rosa, Isabella, even people I hadn't spoken to in years. I turned my phone off. Marcus and I spent Sunday kayaking to a nearby island. We snorkeled. We saw stingrays. We had a picnic on a deserted beach. When we got back to the bungalow, I turned my phone back on. 112 missed calls, 347 text messages. I opened the family group chat. Aunt Rosa. Sophia, this is extremely inappropriate. You embarrassed our entire family. My cousin David. Dude, people are roasting Isabella online. This is messed up. Isabella. Aunt Sophia, how could you? You made me look stupid. Everyone's laughing at me. My Uncle Jim. Sophia, I think you owe your cousin an apology. This was her special day and you ruined it. I read every message. Then I typed one response. I was invited to be too poor to attend. I took that seriously. I hope everyone had a nice time. Then I left the group chat. Marcus read over my shoulder and burst out laughing. You're savage. I'm honest. My mom called. I answered. Sophia. Yeah? Your aunt is furious. She's saying you sabotaged the party. How? I wasn't even there. By posting your vacation and making them look bad. I posted one photo, Mom. One. I didn't make them look bad. Their party just went badly. My mom sighed. I know. But they're embarrassed. Isabella's crying. Rosa's getting roasted on Facebook. That's not my problem. Sophia. Mom, they told me I was too broke to come. They assumed I was struggling. They patronized me. And now they're mad because I'm clearly not broke and I'm having a better time than they did? That's on them. Silence. Then. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry, honey. Thanks, Mom. Enjoy Bora Bora. You deserve it. Monday morning, our last full day. I posted one more photo. Marcus and I on the deck. Cocktails in hand. The ocean behind us. The caption. Sometimes not being invited is the best invitation. It got 500 likes in an hour. And then something weird happened. Someone reached out to me via Instagram DM. She introduced herself as Jennifer Kim, a writer for a mid-sized online magazine called Boundless Living. Hi, Sophia. I saw your story blow up this weekend. Would you be interested in chatting with me about family boundaries and the pressure to attend events you can't afford or don't want to attend? I think our readers would really connect with your experience. I stared at the message. Marcus. Someone from a magazine wants to interview me. He looked up from his book. About what? About not going to Isabella's party. Are you going to do it? I thought about it. About Aunt Rosa's messages. About being called too poor. About watching my cousin's party implode while I was in paradise. Yeah, I said. I think I am. I did the interview over the phone the next day, after we'd landed back in Austin. Jennifer was lovely. She asked thoughtful questions about family dynamics, about financial assumptions, about the pressure to say yes to every family obligation. The article came out 2 weeks later. The headline was, "I was uninvited from my cousin's party for being too poor. So I went to Bora Bora instead." It went viral. Not huge viral. Not millions of views, but enough. It was shared on Facebook groups about family drama, on Reddit forums about setting boundaries, on Twitter threads about toxic relatives. People loved it. The comments were incredible. Good for her. Family members who judge your worth by your bank account don't deserve your presence. I'm so tired of being expected to spend hundreds of dollars on other people's celebrations. This is inspiring. She didn't ruin the party. The party ruined itself. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. My Instagram followers jumped from 300 to 15,000 in a week. People were DMing me their own stories about being excluded from family events, about being judged for their careers or finances, about choosing themselves. A few small websites reached out for follow-up interviews. A podcast called Boundaries Over Blood asked me to come on as a guest. I said yes to everything. The podcast episode was called When Family Exclusion Becomes Self-Care. It was downloaded 40,000 times in the first month. And then something really unexpected happened. A literary agent named Rachel Goldstein emailed me. "Hi, Sophia. I've been following your story. Have you ever thought about writing a book? I think there's a huge audience for a guide on setting boundaries with family, especially around money and obligations. Would you be open to a call? A book." I called Marcus immediately. "Someone wants me to write a book." "About what?" "About family boundaries. About saying no. About choosing yourself. Are you going to do it?" "I have no idea how to write a book." "You're a writer. You write copy for clients all the time. That's different." "Is it?" I thought about it. About all the messages I'd gotten from people who related to my story. About the podcast episode. About the article. "I guess it's not that different," I said. I took the call with Rachel. She was enthusiastic and encouraging. She walked me through what a book proposal would look like. She said she could see it becoming a bestseller if we positioned it right. I spent the next 3 months writing a proposal. 40 pages about my philosophy on family boundaries, on financial judgment, on the importance of choosing your own peace over obligatory attendance. Rachel sent it to publishers. We got 8 offers. I signed with a mid-sized publishing house for a $75,000 advance. The book deal was announced in Publishers Weekly. My family saw it, of course. Aunt Rosa sent me a message. "Congratulations on your book deal. I hope you're not planning to write about our family." I didn't respond. Isabella sent me a message too. "Aunt Sophia, I'm really happy for you. I'm sorry about what happened with my party. I was really hurt at the time, but I get it now. You were right to go to Bora Bora." That one I responded to. Thank you, Isabella. I appreciate that. My book is coming out next spring. It's called Uninvited: How I Learned to Stop Attending Obligations and Start Living My Life. The pre-orders are already strong. Rachel thinks it could hit some bestseller lists. My freelance business also exploded. Turns out, having 15,000 Instagram followers and a book deal makes you more attractive to clients. I've had to turn down work. I'm booked solid for the next 6 months. I raised my rates by 50%. People are still hiring me. Marcus and I are planning another trip, maybe Santorini this time. Or the Maldives. Aunt Rosa's birthday is coming up. She's throwing herself a big party. I wasn't officially invited, but my mom mentioned it. Are you going? She asked. I don't think so, I said. I have a deadline for the book, and honestly, I'm just not interested. Fair enough. Is that okay? My mom laughed. Honey, after everything that's happened, I think you've earned the right to skip whatever events you want. I've thought a lot about that weekend in Bora Bora. About how one decision, one click of a book now button changed everything. I don't regret it. Not even a little bit. Sometimes people ask me if I feel bad about how everything turned out. About Isabella's party being a disaster. About the family drama. About writing a book that will inevitably touch on what happened. The answer is no. I didn't make Isabella's party a disaster. The universe did that all on its own. I didn't create the family drama. That was already there, simmering under the surface, waiting for a reason to explode. All I did was choose myself. I chose to spend my money on something that brought me joy, instead of on an event where I wasn't wanted. I chose to share my experience when people were interested. I chose to write about it when others connected with it. And I chose to stop feeling guilty about any of it. Last week, I was at a coffee shop working on edits for the book when a woman approached me. Excuse me, are you Sophia Martinez, the Bora Bora girl? I cringed a little at the nickname but nodded. That's me. I just wanted to say thank you. I read your article last year. I was supposed to be in my brother's wedding, but they wanted me to pay for my own bridesmaid dress, hair, makeup, travel, gift, everything. It was going to cost over $2,000. I couldn't really afford it, but I was going to do it anyway because I felt obligated. What did you do? I read your article the week before the wedding, and I decided to be honest. I told my brother I couldn't afford it, and I wasn't going to put myself in debt for one day. He was mad at first, but then he got over it. And you know what? I took that $2,000 and paid off my credit card instead. Best decision I ever made. She squeezed my shoulder. So thank you for giving me permission to choose myself. She walked away before I could respond. I sat there with tears in my eyes, thinking about that moment. That's what it all comes down to, I think. Permission. We spend so much time waiting for permission from others. Permission to succeed. Permission to set boundaries. Permission to say no. Permission to choose our own peace over someone else's expectations. But we don't need their permission. We never did. I think about Aunt Rosa sometimes. About her assumption that I was too poor to attend an upscale event. About how wrong she was. I think about Isabella. About her $20,000 party and her tears and her social media meltdown. I think about that family group chat and all those messages calling me inappropriate and embarrassing. And then I think about my overwater bungalow in Bora Bora. About the turquoise water and the sunset and Marcus laughing next to me. I think about my book deal. About my thriving business. About the messages from strangers thanking me for inspiring them. I think about my life now, free from the weight of other people's expectations. And I smile, because here's what I've learned. Sometimes the best revenge is no revenge at all. Sometimes it's just living well, living honestly, living freely. Sometimes it's booking a flight to Bora Bora and posting one photo. Sometimes it's saying no thank you and meaning it. Sometimes it's writing a book about it and watching it become a bestseller. And sometimes it's just sitting in a coffee shop, drinking an overpriced latte, editing your manuscript, and realizing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I wasn't invited to Isabella's party because they thought I was too poor. Turns out, I was rich enough to not need their invitation at all.